Car accidents can be traumatic, both physically and emotionally. If you've been involved in a car accident or facing injuries, understanding your legal rights, it's essential. In this video, we'll address the most common questions that we get about car accidents so you can make informed decisions. Number one is make sure that you're safe. Sometimes just the thing to do is stay in your car. Don't get out of your car. That could be the safest place for you. Or if you sense that there's going to be other cars, maybe slipping, sliding on ice and heading towards you, and you can get out of your car and get away from that and get somewhere safe, well, make that assessment. But that's the most critical thing to do after an accident. You need to make sure you get medical care. You need to make sure that if you have the opportunity to gather information and maybe take a photo or two as to what you're going through, depending on how you're feeling. But it is so important that you contact an experienced trial lawyer, personal injury lawyer after your accident, and find out what your rights are, because you have a lot of rights, but no one's gonna tell you. If you're able to take pictures at the scene, boy, I'll tell you, that can be really helpful for us down the road. Don't put yourself in harm's way, take care of yourself first, but if there's an opportunity to get pictures or video, yeah, please do. Yes, if you've been in an accident and you're just feeling anything at all, a little sore, even emotionally upset, please see a doctor. It is absolutely point critical, because soreness can lead to far greater disabilities. And again, we hope none of this stuff happens to you, but the worst thing you can do is go home and say, I'm a little sore, I'm gonna put the heating pad on and I'm just gonna take a little ibuprofen. Well, that can work for a night or two, but it's so important that it gets documented, because you don't know what the future is gonna be. Something starts out small and all of a sudden, months down the road, someone's having a surgery or someone has a disability that turns out to be permanent, and those medical reports that you get right after the accident are really important for your claim and important for your diagnosis. Often following an accident, you're not really sure who caused the accident. You really don't know. It happened so quickly. But rest assured, because every car on the road has what we call no-fault insurance. And so the car you're in pays for your medical and lost wages regardless of fault. Now, if you're a pedestrian, the car that hit you will pay for your lost wages and your medical. But these injuries, if you want to recover for the injuries, now you have to go against the at-fault driver. And if you don't know who it is, well, we're going to get a police report. That most of the time will tell us what happened. We get witness statements, anybody who saw that. So we put that piece together for you. So if you've been in an accident and you're injured, reach out to us and we will kind of fill in the missing pieces of that puzzle. Well, if the person that hit you does not have insurance, it doesn't mean you can't recover, right? It's a little more complicated. Every car on the road has a thing called uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage. And we can submit a claim under your policy or the car that you were in to get you compensated. It gets a little tricky and it gets a little legal, but again, another great reason to reach out to a competent attorney to fill in those blanks. The question of how much time do I have to bring the claim, they call it the statute of limitations. Now, it is a complex answer. It really depends on the type of accident it is. If the accident involved a municipal truck or car, if it involved a state car, the rules all change. People say, well, there's a 3-year statute of limitations in most cases, but it doesn't mean it couldn't be significantly shorter. It can be as short as 90 days. So after an accident, the important thing to do is don't guess and maybe don't even do some of your own research. That's a question you need to get answered from an attorney. Reach out to an attorney and ask them that question. You don't have to do anything with the response, but you will get that answer. Well, this answer may sound self-serving as an attorney who represents people who are in car accidents, but what I've seen over the years is that people who try to go it alone, go against the insurance company without an attorney, they get a small percentage of what they're really entitled to. The insurance company has no reason to operate fairly. They have no reason to fear that you're going to go pick 6 people and put them in a jury box. So ultimately, they sort of play on the fact that you may not know how this works, and they do. So it seems to be an uneven fight. So getting an attorney is absolutely point critical to maximizing your recovery. And again, we operate on the contingency fee. If we don't recover anything, it costs you nothing. Whatever we recover, we get a percentage of that. So we're sort of a team. So New York State has a thing called no-fault insurance. And boy, most people do not understand what that is. But what is it? The car you're in, or if you're a pedestrian, the car that hits you, pays for your medical bills, regardless of whose fault the accident is. It could be your fault. Your medical bills get paid. Someone else hits you. Your medical bills get paid. So don't worry about that happening here in New York State. Other states are different, but we make sure that those bills get paid, and that is an absolute here in New York.